Hello! Okay, I am back. Hemmy is just making some food, so he'll be with us in 5 to 10 minutes, because we are very hungry and we haven't had lunch. Freaky, it looks like Freaky's hit it off, but thank you so much for stopping by, and he has clarified that Edera could wear that red armor, piece of armor, because she was heretical, but she wouldn't get the homeworld bonuses, which is really good to know. I hadn't realized that. I thought it was just an additional requirement. So, I see. World property plus 5 toughness, I assume, is the homeworld bonus there. I am so excited to get another level here. Let's see. Boop, boop, boop. I'm just going to take control of the whole team for now. And we are going to go back to our ship. Now, where is the ship? Into the bowels of the monastery is where we've just come from. There's some loot that we have missed. So I might just do a quick run around and grab that. Oh dear. Oh, camera is in the walls. Who's busy yelling? What on earth? Who is that? Frag grenades, medkits. Oh, we need those. Absolutely. Is that just like an ambient sound effect? Because we destroyed everyone around here. This is just one dead heretic somewhere going nuts. And there is another bit of loot. Ah! Let me... Oh, shit. Oh, it's not letting me close the map again. Why? Why is this a thing that can happen?
Let us not do.
You're kidding. Why? Oh my goodness, no, please. Over here. Shit, are we walking through all the electricity? Ah! Game! Okay. Pause. Save. Reload. The machine spirit is displeased with you. It absolutely is, Super DJ. It was like, no, that is too many times opening the map. Learn to remember where things are. The machine spirit is a tough taskmaster. I need to explain that my map memory skills are not good. I also need to remember that I'm still in co-op, so I'm going to have to press 2 buttons to get us through this. That's okay. Come on, game, we can do this. Plus a couple of loading screens. I do like the additional little tidbits, like assassins are great at evading enemy attacks and delivering their own devastating blows, melee or ranged. They benefit from high dodge and dodge reduction, as well as precisely planned attacks on enemies' weak spots. I like these little tidbits here and there, especially considering the load screens are quite long for me. Wow, okay, buttons pushed. Are we getting absolutely destroyed out here, or is everyone fine? It looks like everyone's fine. Oh. Everyone's less than fine. Great. Where is Edera? She's here. Seriously? Traumas all over. Where's Shiloh? Alright, well you two... stay there. You two, go get my loot.
None shall stand in my
No,
way.
no, 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 no. Oh my goodness. Please. Okay, I see we have to use the athletics to get over there. Hate's a strong word. I really, really dislike that lightning trap. Plasma! Oh, hey, our first plasma weapon! Weapon proficiency. It has a single shot and a whole little square. Very cool. Overcharge area attack. We will absolutely be taking that. I don't know if anyone has plasma weapon proficiency at the moment. How the hell did you two get... Okay, well... it is what it is. Not what I was hoping for. Logic 75% or machine writes it. Yeah, that's fine. Imagine if your party wasn't athletic enough to climb over the boxes. That would have been so embarrassing, Super DJ. Message received. Wait, what? What am I doing here? Multitude of symbols are carved into the enormous generator, but you cannot decipher their meaning?
I always keep my options open.
What? Are we just failing the machine, right? What's going on here? Access received. For what? Some things in this game are very frustrating. Result. Okay, well. Yeah, my team was just running through all of this while my map was open. It's okay, let's move. Move. Stop right there, please. Woo! Okay. I think we're safe. And move again. We got that loot there. Come on, keep moving, team. Thank you. Okay, we're safe. We're out. Let's get back to the ship and remove these traumas that we've managed to accumulate again. It's okay. It's right at the end. We have no more fights. We're okay. We're still in this annoying lightning place. We really are. We're about to leave, Super DJ. Leave location. You've been here for like a week. We've been here for... Yeah, you're right. A few days, haven't we? I mean, it was a lot to do. There was a lot going on in this lightning place. And it was extra annoying to navigate. Oh, fantastic. Okay, let's go back to the ship. I'm scared to open my map now. I don't want it to get stuck open. So I'm just going to navigate by memory. Hello, Wardens. Everything should be safe and sound now.
Keep your wits about you.
Keep your wits about you. Here we go. Back to our ship. Woohoo! And we're done with the Cenobium. We found Abel. He's now memory wiped or something or other. We haven't found Pascal's mentor. We did find the interrogator Heinrichs, and we are supposed to be transporting him somewhere because that's the task that was assigned to Theodora. So, I mean, I think we're making good progress. I'll just put Heinrichs in the brig. I'm still taking him places, wherever he needs to go. But at least he'll be out of my hair. Oh dear, he's approaching me.
Rogue Trader, I was somewhat brusque at our first meeting, and I would like to make up for it by expressing my thanks for your assistance in the electrodynamic Cenobium. Your arrival could not have come at a better time.
He's like, oh yeah, she is the Rogue Trader. Oops.
Unfortunately, my personal investigation has hit a dead end. I think I will have to call upon outside resources to continue the search.
You see Heinrich's expression sour at these last words. I really don't need to confess anything. And he saw us dispose of it. What? Yogos! Yogos, thank you so much for the sub. It is good to see you. How are you doing? Happy New Year. Super DJ, you just put on your headphones and was like, wow, Hemmy's voice acting has really improved. And then you realize the game actually has voice acting. It does here and there. You know, occasionally. I don't see any reason to use this first option. We're just gonna lie. That's a shame. Why are these our only two options to this statement? Why can I not ask him what the personal investigation is?
My missions do not always end in success. Unfortunately.
Heinrich's piercing gaze rests on you for several seconds, and then he looks away.
There is one more thing. The Lord Inquisitor gave me this item some time ago. He must have thought it likely that I would find myself aboard this vessel sooner than he. I was instructed to deliver this device to Lady Theodora. However, given recent events, I believe I ought to present it to you. This is an elucidator, a sacred machine capable of translating the languages of remote and lost worlds into Low Gothic. It can even process Xenos languages to a certain degree. Not without infelicities, but possibly well.
That is fantastic. That feels like a tool that every rogue trader should have. Also, I love that the language we use is called Low Gothic. That is quite something. And to you as well, thank you, Yogos. Appreciate it. Let's see. I mean, is this some kind of tracking device? It's a decent question. A strange choice for your first love token. Alright, well, let's be honest, Von Calo. Calo? Is this some kind of tracking device?
Certainly not. The elucidator is such a rare and complex creation of the Omnisia that neither I nor any of my colleagues would dream of compromising its integrity. If you wish, have your tech priests confirm that there are no listening devices inside.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Omnisia? There's no way that's pronounced Omnisia. Are any Warhammer fans in chat at the moment? Idaho! Hello, how you doing? There's no way that's pronounced Omnisia. Right? It's Omnisire. This is the only thing I will accept. Even if I'm wrong, I'm right. How are Hemmy's taste buds? After yesterday with the spicy? Oh, he's happy. Happy days. He wants more. If he could go back every day, he would. But at the moment, he's having to make do with regular non-spicy food. In fact, he'll be back in just a minute. He's making us some lunch, very kindly. Oh, perception test succeeded. Heinrichs cuts you a glance, one which you suddenly realize is charged with a strange, almost personal interest, before deferentially averting his gaze.
Apologies in advance if I unknowingly violate the protocol for conversing with someone of your elevated status. I think a slip in composure is to be expected when one is hosted personally in the Lord Captain's study.
I dislike him so much. So what do you plan to do now, Mr. von Henrichs? Heinrichs. Is it Heinrichs? Or Henrichs?
I would like to offer my assistance in resolving your immediate problems. I am aware that the ship suffered considerable losses during the recent mutiny and was damaged by the cultists' actions, and you have lost many valuable officers as well. You are in a difficult situation. I am at your disposal.
Great. At least he seems to understand that I'm in charge now. Before, I don't think I think he was still a little bit suspicious about whether I was actually the rogue trader. And so I don't think he was treating us quite as respectfully. What do you think will become of the electrodynamic cenobium?
It all depends on the electro-priests who survived the attack. Fortunately for them, the cultists did not manage to seriously corrupt the holy site, partly thanks to the priesthood's efforts. Nevertheless, I would not be surprised if the local explorator fleet decides to audit and purge the damaged units once it hears about what has happened.
Ooh, the damaged units, like the damaged electro-priests? Or the, damaged parts of the cenobium? Either way, I don't think the priests would be too happy. Alright, well, I must return to my duties. Heinrichs is about to say something else when he's interrupted by the sound of a Vox signal. Someone is trying to contact you.
Thank you for your time. Please consider me at your complete disposal while I am aboard your vessel.
I'm sensing a lack of respect suddenly, Heinrichs. That's Rogue Trader von Valencia to you. Anyway, sure, at my disposal. Wonderful, thank you. Oh, hey, Vigdis! Congratulations on the victory, your ladyship. The entire vessel is impatiently awaiting the news of your expedition's success. The rumors about you not simply saving the Tech Priest's monastery, but actually eliminating the source of mutiny, are spreading like wildfire. The Vox transmissions from across the world speak of nothing else. Lovely. Increase our reputation. That's how we want it to go. Talk to the governor. We can do that. Governor Medina is waiting for you in the command center to discuss matters. But I ask you to delay your visit and turn your gaze to the Navis Nobilite station instead. We are in desperate need of a new navigator, but all our communication requests are being ignored. I do not see how anything other than a personal visit from a woman of your stature can convince the representatives of the Navis Nobilite to break their silence. Sure, that sounds great to me. I'd love to go get this navigator that everyone's been talking about. Apparently, we're really missing out, not having her. Explore the station to find answers. I got a ton of journal updates, and we leveled! Oh, let's see what the level entails. Hold on, I'm excited. Yeah, buddy! New ranks available abilities, and available skills. So abilities, we have Dash now. And there's a bunch of really good ones, so this is going to be quite hard to choose. Hemmy will be able to pick up another fire ability or a healing ability, which is very cool. We don't get many abilities though, do we? They're really quite scarce. So, controlled shot. The soldier gives a sign that they're about to open fire. The soldier and their allies will automatically dodge the soldier's next attack. It's 1 AP. And as a sniper, less important now that I'm not using burst shots. Entrench. The soldier immediately spends all AP and MP and gains a 30% bonus to cover efficiency. The next time soldier uses run and gun, they gain back all spent AP and MP plus 1 additional AP. It also resets the cooldown of other soldiers' abilities except for run and gun. Now that does sound, situationally, quite useful. Concentrated fire. The next ranged area attack made by the soldier deals 50 deals 100% damage and has an additional 20% dodge reduction. That's pretty good, but again, I have to use 1 AP to be able to use it. So it's something to keep in mind for sure. Rapid fire. The soldier's next burst attacks will have its rate of fire doubled, but deal 25% less damage. All shots will follow random trajectories. Concentrated fire sounds way better than rapid fire, seeing as they both cost 1 AP. But I think Entrench is probably our best bet here. Hello!
Getting your attention is so hard.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't hear anything through these headphones.
I was rattling the walls, shaking the door so hard.
I'm sorry. I kind of heard the door rattle, but...
Oh, good. So, do you want some butter chicken or some dumplings first?
Ooh. Some dumplings. Yeah, okay. And then we'll switch?
Sure.
Yeah? Okay. Thank you, Hemmy. Appreciate that.
Oh, I'm back!
Oh, he's back! Very good.
Yeah,
so,
dumplings.
I had Hydrix.
How are Hemmy's taste buds? What the fuck did I miss?
I assume from your spicy ordeal yesterday. Was what the question
Missing
was
the
about.
spice.
Yeah, that's what I said. Good?
This is really good.
Oh, very good.
It almost tastes like a pastry.
Really?
It's really good.
Oh, yum. So we had Heinrichs approach us in our living quarters once we arrived back
Oh, gross.
on the ship.
Okay.
Yeah, essentially, and he said, well, my investigation's at an end. I need to travel with you. I'm at your disposal. And then he was, like, weirdly personal about it, but also very respectful.
Oh.
It was very strange.
Oh, weird.
It's like he now accepts our position as, like, okay, well, now I'm going to treat you with actual respect. But then he got...
Great, what a gentleman.
like, weirdly personal, too. Anyway, And then we spoke to our Vox Master. She said, this planet is buzzing about what you've been able to do. The governor wants to talk to you, but can we please go to the navigator little planet area first? Because they're not responding to our communications. We need to have someone. So I think I'd like to do that. But we also leveled. So,
Very good.
Oh,
Soy sauce, sesame oil, and cilantro.
yum. Thank you.
No idea what they taste like. Sure, I'll munch one.
Yum, yum.
Oh, not bad.
Very good. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to grab and trench. It's a little bit more utility when I really need some cover and safety. The others, not all that beneficial to me.
Here.
And then I am the awareness one in this party.
You are?
Yeah.
What?
What do you mean, what?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I'm
Yeah,
spec'd into
yeah.
awareness.
Yeah. I thought Adira was for a second.
Demolition is what Argenta is spec'd into, but seeing as she hasn't been in the party, I do wonder if I should boost that a little.
I think one of us should. I think we could also leave that for Pascal.
Yeah, we could.
Because
we
his
absolutely could.
Medicae is at 95. There's not much
Whoa.
further for it to go.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think we'll leave the tech use and the demolition to him then. I'll keep going with awareness.
Would you like to switch? Because
Sweet.
I'd really like you to have some of this.
Yeah, I'd love that. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Look at us swapping.
Apologies for the quick lunch break.
Yeah, well, you know, has to happen at some point.
We're very hungry.
You keep leveling, though, because I can't level from here, given the lack of, you know, co-op
can't-
screen stuff.
To be fair, I can't see anyone else to be able to level.
I can. Yeah,
You can?
I can
Oh,
somehow.
fantastic.
Why does it say I'm level 9?
How come I can't?
It says I'm level 9.
Oh, that's the wrong Hemmy.
What? Oh, shit, yeah. It is the wrong Hemmy. Oh, gorge.
Murbo, hello! How are you doing?
Can
And
this
a
Hemmy
happy
receive
new
the
year?
psi rating? This Hemmy can also not receive the psi rating. Okay.
Just
All right.
thoroughly bugged. We are having some butter chicken and dumplings. Wait, there are two of them? Yes, because we remade Hemmy essentially. So there's now 2 custom mercenaries.
2 Hemmys.
So I guess I don't know if I could get rid of the other one, to be honest.
Yeah, can we leave him on Rycat Minoris and just
I
kind of
think
fuck off?
I think I can get rid of him using the toy box. Otherwise, he's just kind of stuck around.
Right.
Yum.
Right?
Not what I expected.
No, but it's good. At least I like it.
Delicious.
You watched Infinity War, Endgame, and Guardians 3.
Whoa!
Infinity War, definitely great you watched it. Did you also then immediately follow up with Endgame, or did you wait and do other stuff in between, or did you just back-to-back them?
This is a great question. That is quite the little...
Because we had to wait years in between them.
Man, you've really caught up then, Super DJ.
Yeah.
You know, understand 90% of the memes from the last 5 years. This is wonderful. You must have missed so much.
Every Thanos snap reference just going immediately over the head, but
Right?
you got it.
And the whole I'm not feeling so good, Mr. Stark, or whatever it is
Yeah.
Spidey says.
Finished at 5 a.m. Holy shit.
Back
That's
to
quite the
back.
binge.
My goodness. That is quite the binge. Oh my goodness. No, you don't think you will? You will what? Sorry, what was the question, Henry?
Had absolutely no idea that was from those movies. Oh, interesting. Now you're all caught up? You good to go?
Oh, that the guy in the meme was Cap. Which meme?
I don't know. There's a lot of them.
The old guy Cap meme?
Oh, yeah, probably. The no, I don't think I will one.
Oh, That's what you're saying, Super DJ. Gotcha. Yes. There we go.
You're done?
Delicious.
Or do you want to swap?
Swap. Thank you. That's so good.
Mm.
That makes a lot of sense that you wouldn't realize, and I'm kind of glad you didn't, because that would be quite the little spoiler, in a way.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's really cool, Super DJ. You are all caught up.
Now, you also have to imagine us going to the theater, not me and Flewt specifically, just everyone, kind of going into the theater with Infinity War advertised as the end of the, you know, the whole phase of Marvel. And at the end of Infinity War, what happens, and we don't know there's another movie yet. And we go, what? What do you mean? No!
That would have been very disconcerting. I didn't see Infinity War at the time it was in theaters,
Oh.
thankfully. So I didn't have as long to wait in between or have the whole confusion between it. You knew about the snap, obviously. You weren't really spoiled at all. That is quite impressive. You thought Tony got snapped because you know he dies. Right. So you were very confused at the end of Infinity War. I bet that would be supremely confusing. Okay, so it doesn't look like we've got any more to do in our quarters here. I think I will just head out, and then hopefully we can level everyone else. I was also going to go through my... How do I get out of here?
Through the exit.
Why is this place so confusing? Where's the exit?
How do I ping? There we go. Opposite of where you are right now.
Oh, thank you. I was trying to listen for the direction the ping was in, but aha. I couldn't. And then he still didn't get snapped in Endgame, but still died. What a roller coaster, Super DJ. That reminds me of one of the worst things I got spoiled about in One Piece that I'm not going to talk about because we're not up to it in what I'm watching with Hemmy. So please don't say it explicitly, but if you know, you know. And I remember being spoiled.
What happened?
I remember being spoiled on what happens to a pretty major character. And I was like, no, okay. Maybe that wasn't right, because I just glimpsed it and went, and closed the article or whatever it was I was looking at. And as I was watching the show, there were so many instances where it might have happened, and I was like, oh, but it didn't happen. Oh, but it didn't happen. Oh, maybe it's not going to happen. Maybe it's not going to happen? It seems like it's not going to happen. And then finally it happens, and I just bawled my eyes out. It was awful. I was so upset. Gamora dying was sad, but you didn't know about that, Super DJ, so that was new for you. You also watched no other movies aside from the Guardians trilogy, so you had no idea what half the references were.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's fair.
I think Black Panther, definitely one worth watching. Fun movie. Mm-hmm. The rest...
Black Panther was so good.
The rest I could kind of give a miss. I mean, the Avengers movies, the first one and the Ultron one. Civil War was really good.
I never watched Civil War.
It was really good. It was better than the other Avengers movies, by far.
Oh, wow.
It was really good.
I hated the idea of the Avengers fighting each other, and I never watched it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, fascinating.
Because I loved the first Avengers movie, like, so much. It's still one of my favorite MCU movies. And I really didn't want to see them in conflict. And I still don't want to.
Yeah. I have seen some of them a long time ago. Didn't watch any of the new ones. Yeah. And haven't seen Civil Wars. Didn't really know why Tony and Cap were angry.
I think I got the general gist. They wanted to go about superpower monitoring in different ways, right?
Fundamentally, yes.
But yeah.
I mean, the Civil War storyline in general is older than pretty much all of us, so that's not super hard to accidentally spoil. But the movie itself, fantastic.
Neat. And I'm really glad that Super DJ found the Guardians 3 really good.
Yeah.
Idara, anything new to say, girl?
Ah! When Adira sees you, her lips curve into a smile, and she nods at something over your shoulder.
Ooh. seem to have a very strong reaction to what Argenta said by the broken lens. Right, this was because we were suddenly blaming Theodora of heresy with the lens.
It was just my nerves playing
Can I
up.
have some more Dom, please?
Something about our little saint doesn't sit right with me, and I trust my gut.
Oh, yes.
Oh, sure, she seems straight as an arrow and as predictable as a hangover after drinking. But when I look at her, something about her makes my brain itch. After that conversation, I tried to listen to what was being said about her. Beyond the door, what I heard was strange. Blood in her past, twilight in her present, and something like a star leading her. But where is it leading her? I saw several roads, and all of them frightened me.
Fascinating. Do you think I should keep an eye on her?
It certainly wouldn't hurt. I'll keep a watch on her too. If only I knew what it meant. Maybe it means danger for her. Or maybe danger coming from her.
Okay, well, we'll keep an eye on things. This is good to know. I like Adara's little insights, even if they're not the most helpful. They seem to have been pretty on point so far. So, DJ, you loved Nebula's story through all the movies? Interesting. I didn't really care for Nebula at any point in time.
No, me neither.
I think probably because I did watch them quite disjointed.
Yeah, I mean, I
far
watched
apart.
the first one when it came out, watched the second one when it came out, and I still haven't seen the third one.
Okay, unsub, I'm so sorry.
Well, you gotta picture.
No, please.
We've seen her 3 times over the course of 12 years.
Is it?
Yeah. So you go, okay, this is who this character is, and then next movie you go, I guess I kind of remember who she is. Sure, okay, she's here. And then by the next time you see her, you know, it's so many years later, you go, oh, yeah, she's a part of the Guardians, right? Okay. Oh, okay, this is happening? Sure. All right, why not?
Something? She's in 5 movies, and you did watch all 5 straight. So you probably got a much more consistent story for her than I ever did, Super DJ. It's a great point. Probably works a lot better as a narrative that way.
Yeah,
I'm glad you
absolutely.
enjoyed it. I'll keep an eye next time I do see something.
God, I still remember being in the movie theater watching Infinity War. Right at the end, as the stuff happens and it's going, and it suddenly rolls credits. The theater erupted in, oh my god, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
Holy shit, what? And then the collective sigh of the Avengers will return is, oh, okay, oh, all right, oh shit, okay. We thought Disney had just grown the biggest tanuki balls that had ever been to kill off half of its entire character base.
Which would have been quite a move.
It would have been interesting.
It sure would have.
You keep going with this.
Okay.
I'm going to quickly put dishes away.
Sure. Thank you.
Because this is voiced, right?
It is,
Yeah,
yes.
okay, you go.
But I also don't know if I want to ask all that much more. I guess we'll ask what it's like to be a psyker.
Lord Captain, forgive me. But it would be like talking to a person born blind about colors.
Oh,
I could spend hours
that makes sense.
explaining, but it wouldn't make any sense to you.
That makes a lot of sense. You knew about the snap, Super DJ, but not the events of Endgame. Fascinating. So do you feel
Every
more
psyker feels their
enlightened?
connection with the warp in their own way. One person might see spots and shadows out of the corner of their eye. Another feels fingers running down their spine. As for me, I've got a door in my head. One that's open just a crack. There's no way to close it, no matter how hard I try. I've just had to get used to the whispers from the other side. When I need to use it for work, I listen in more closely. But I usually just try not to notice it.
This makes a lot of sense. What would happen if your door burst open?
Well, if the door opens, that means somebody's planning to come in, right? But screw them. They're not coming through. Trust me, I know how to keep my valuable head locked up tight.
Gotcha. I mean, I don't know if that'll always be effective, but You have to be confident about it, right? Otherwise that would drive you nuts.
You haven't seen any of the Ant-Man stuff. You're not missing anything.
You know,
The Captain America Civil War movie, amazing. Better than the actual Avengers movies, not including Infinity and Endgame. But Ant-Man, I don't think I've even vaguely liked any of his movies.
I had fun with the first one, but that was it. It was kind of just a fun little romp. It wasn't particularly... It didn't have any lasting effect.
No. And that was before my superhero fatigue, so it was definitely not my favorite. Captain America just doesn't interest me as a character. No, he's a super boring idea for a character, which is why it's so interesting that they do the movies quite well.
Yeah, definitely.
In that it's not about Captain America himself. It's about the ideals and how those conflict with what's going on in the world around him.
I really like Captain America as he's used as a foil to the people around him.
Yeah.
But I totally understand. You're right. The idea of Captain America himself is not particularly exciting.
Yeah,
I do like
absolutely.
his bouncy shield. That's a lot of fun. I am just going to go grab some water.
Yeah.
Sorry, be right back.
I'm going to keep ranting about
Oh, okay.
Infinity War
You
and
keep chatting.
Endgame. So, okay. I don't know if you can imagine, but after Infinity War came out, of course, what happens. You couldn't go on the internet for a year and a half without seeing everyone theorizing about what it would be. The most popular one was time travel. The most memed one was Ant-Man will turn small, crawl up Thanos' butt, and then go big again, meaning Thanos wouldn't survive it. That was the most memed one by far. And then you get all the way into like the crazy clone ones and alternate universe stuff. Yeah, pretty wild. And the fact that the snap happened, that was wild, because the whole time you're watching the movie, you're like, okay, they're gonna get the gauntlet back, and especially right at the end, you're like, okay, yeah, they're gonna get it back. And it happens, and you're like, okay, well, you know, it's quite a slow scene after the actual thing at the end of Infinity War. And you think, okay, so, you know, some spell, or it'll end, it's, you know, something will solve itself. But no, it just kept happening. And the favorite characters of, you know, Panther and a whole bunch of other ones, all gone. And then the movie ends. Oh, that was such a kick to the emotional sensitive bits. Also had no idea who Vision was. He was a robot or something. Well, that's why you gotta watch the other Avengers movies. Basically, yeah, he's a robot. He is the world's most advanced sentient robot. Yeah. He's not a very interesting character, to be honest, Vision. Not much to tell. He's a very sentient robot made out of a more advanced version of Iron Man's original AI in his suit, Jarvis. That's about it. That's all you really need to know about him. God, those movies were so good. Civil War, amazing. The Spider-Man movies, all very fun.
Well, Spider-Man is good, yeah.
Yeah, the Tom Holland ones, specifically. Very, very fun. All right, I'll give the camera back to Flewt. She's on.
Hello, sorry. The last Spider-Man was actually one of my favorite superhero movies.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because it's exactly what a superhero movie needs to be. It's about the very real emotional problems caused by the crazy superhero nonsense going on. The internal conflicts that need to be resolved, because those are relatable and meaningful and difficult, rather than just pow, 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 bappity, bap, bap, bap. You know, like, yes, there is that, but that is not the ultimate conflict there. And to me, that is the perfect situation for a superhero movie. I really enjoyed that. Also, Hemmy.
Yeah.
Would you like to try? A nice milky amarula.
Try some.
You didn't really like the amarula, did you?
I don't know.
Don't know.
Oh, is it combined with milk?
Yes. You don't want?
No, I tried some.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty good, actually. I like it better that way.
Yeah, me too, I think.
Oh.
He has a hot wizard girlfriend. I get why Wanda really likes Vision,
I don't.
Because she likes his kindness and his stability,
Yeah,
which is something she's never had. But also, like, she's so cool and hot and awesome, and he's kind of just boring.
Yeah. She's also one of the lesser characters in terms of writing and how she's utilized, because as she's written, she should be taking on Thanos herself. Everyone else is the side character, and they kind of put her in the tower and go, don't touch anything.
Yeah, right?
Which feels very bad.
Sorry to continue the side rant, but in Midnight Suns, I really like what they did with her, because they went, she is wildly powerful and wildly out of control. And you start the whole game with her essentially being a linchpin. You have to fight to get her back, and then she's so unsure of herself. So very much in doubt of what she can do. She's kind of on scale with your other superheroes. And then you finally build her confidence and go, this is something we need you to do. You're the only one who can do it. And she just unleashes. And she takes down the Hulk on her own. And it's really damn cool. It's like, yes, that's the Scarlet Witch. There's a nice way of doing it, I think.
Yeah. And Super DJ, you are totally right. She did do that. I just think it's weird that Captain America got so much screen time as, like you said, a dude in spandex. And she was just kind of, yeah, just come in when it's time for something to happen. Like, she should be right up in there.
Yeah,
She's a magic nonsense.
I agree. I think at that point it was very much a personality, favorite personality kind of thing, rather than...
Rocket Raccoon. I actually, as a very unpopular opinion, I don't like Rocket Raccoon.
You don't like Rocket?
He's very cute, but I hate how obnoxious he is.
He is kind of obnoxious, but he's so cute.
He's very cute. I like him visually.
Oh, I want to give him scratches.
Yeah, that's because you're also a raccoon, though.
He's so cute.
I mean, he's just so unlikable as a personality.
He's so much fun. Honestly, none of the Guardians of the Galaxy would be people I would be friends with. But I think Rocket fits in with them very nicely. To be fair, I haven't seen the other two Guardians of the Galaxy movies, so there might be a lot more depth that we haven't actually seen there. I'm sure I think the third one really did a lot for his character, right?
I don't know. Haven't seen it. We still have yet to see that.
I know. That's why I'm asking. The most likable, we have to see 3 then. I'm sure that'll change our mind. Anyway. I don't really care to ask the rest of these, so let's talk about something else, Adara.
Sure thing.
No, the other way around, Super
Other
DJ.
way around.
We've seen 1, but not 3.
So, I'd like to hear your augury, Adara. What awaits for me in the future?
All right. Let's hear what they're whispering about you.
Adara laughs,
terrifying.
rubs her hands together, and suddenly freezes with a vacant smile on her face, her head slightly tilted. You feel goosebumps appear on your skin, and your collar begins to waver ever so slightly, as if moved by a breeze from a half-open door.
Seek not on firm ground, but in a golden hall suspended in the void. There waits a child without kin, but with a name blind to truth. She draws the brush across the canvas and does not notice that her palette is full not of paint, but of blood. And with each smear, this well does not deplete, but fills and fills up to the brim. One thing is clear. When this vessel overflows, none will remain unstained.
Is this about... Of course this is about me.
The glow of dawn bursts forth from its prison. Dungeon walls cannot contain the dark essence wallowing in the dust. A naive cub pushes his nose into a familiar hand, one that holds death in twisted glass. Cherish it or cast it off as a burden. The sword of change has already been raised. What is one more life to it?
Very ominous. A naive cub? I don't know if this is so much about me anymore.
I think it might be.
I think it might be still.
I'm sorry,
There
Lord
was-
Captain. The voices are going wild. I can't make out a thing. I'll try to rein them in somehow. But for now,
Okay, I must take my leave. I think
Of course. Always at your service. Whenever you need me.
that was kind of neat. I find it's very hard for video games to give your main character a, like, read my future, because the video game has a story in mind for you, and they can't just spell it out in those scenarios. But also, if they allow you to make their own choices, they don't know what exactly you're going to do.
Yeah.
So it's a tricky line to walk. Let's see. Pascal, you got anything? Oh, wait, Abel's here. What? I thought for sure we'd left Abel back in the Cenobium.
Knows all, comprehends all.
I want to know the truth about you?
The request is approved. I did conceal certain information. I was a student of Archmagus Amanat, but I committed an act of betrayal after he deviated from sacred dogma.
Oh, strange.
Committed an act of betrayal.
So sorry, Super DJ. Over the 5 movies they're in, they get a lot of backstory, and Rocket's the best character of all time. Neat. Maybe tied with Nebula. Fascinating. That's definitely some content I haven't seen then, which is intriguing. So what did Amanat do?
He fell into schism and challenged the sacred boundaries of knowledge. The blessed Amanat claimed the limits of what is permitted must be expanded, because by refusing to explore certain law, we find ourselves in contempt of the 7th universal law. Comprehension is the key to all things. My mentor put forth a thesis claiming that we have stagnated, that ritual is now nothing but a cage for souls and false worship of the Omnissiah.
I like this
To
guy.
break the cycle of mindless repetition, because he saw the inevitable demise of our faith and all humanity at the end of it.
He sounds rather insightful.
No. So you killed him.
He betrayed him, is what happened. Let's see. Certain aspects of the Imperium have certainly ossified. His argument sounds reasonable.
This statement is false. My mentor's words sound like heresy. Limits were established because it is dangerous to venture beyond. Each step past them could lead to a bloody slaughter, but the blessed Amanat was not afraid.
It could change things. So how did you betray him?
The teachings of the blessed Amanat spread, and word of it reached the conclave of
Aren't
the
you glad you're not reading all this?
Yeah.
They recognized his teachings as tech heresy. Many tech priests suddenly vanished or were subjected to servo penance for minor transgressions. The students of Amanat, whose number included many enlightened and respected brothers, resisted. My prognosis showed that our most likely future was a schism and a fratricidal war that would destroy the Cognizance fleet. That was when I headed to the Conclave. I confessed and handed the information about my mentor's research over to the Conclave. Brazen, anathematic studies of the Forbidden Law. The Conclave could use that data to summon Archmagus Amanat to stand trial and compel him to repent on pain of excommunicate Traitoris. His subsequent fate is unknown to me.
So, you betrayed him, and now you're looking for him? I must say, it does make me think if I do anything that pushes the limits of the standard Imperial order, he's going to turn on me too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, excuse me. I do not... So I kind of want to go with this. I do not think I'll be able to trust you now. But also, I don't like how this line sounds. So you betrayed your mentor.
This statement is true. However, I took this step out of loyalty to my mentor. He rejected caution and was leading us to a blasphemous war where he would become the first and most important victim. I did not want to witness his destruction and tried to force him to submit.
I do kind of get where Pascal's coming from, though.
Yeah, he didn't want just
I
like a
wanted
civil
to
war where
return to
everyone
my
dies.
mentor
Yeah.
and share his fate. But the Conclave found me repentant and sent me to the station Alta Templum Calixis EXT 17, where I was to atone for my previous transgressions.
Oh. So he wanted to stay with his mentor. But that didn't happen. You're as good at finding excuses as you are at technology. Ooh.
Wow. Oof.
Ooh. Wow, I don't particularly like any of these dialogue options. It's between 2 and 3, though. What do you think?
I think 3 will... There's a good chance of him ending up leaving the whole story.
That's true, yeah.
And 2, I feel like is unnecessarily harsh.
Right.
Like, you keep dodging this by finding excuses.
Right.
That would be fine.
None of these
You don't need to insult his IT skills.
I mean, we're saying his IT skills are good. That's why he's so good at finding excuses.
Go with 2 then.
Okay.
This statement is false. I, Pascal Hahnemann, fully accept
Hahnemann.
responsibility for my profane acts and betraying the trust of my esteemed mentor.
Okay, while you were gone, Heinrichs, the madman,
Yeah.
pronounced Omnisire as Omnicia.
Okay. Well, that's wrong.
Okay, thank you. That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
And even if we're wrong, we're right. Because Omnicia just doesn't seem right.
No.
Anyway, so why did you go to Reichard Minoris then?
I was summoned there by a message that was encrypted with the Blessed Amanat's personal code, and could it be interpreted in several ways. One thing was certain: we were in danger, and I had to go to Reichard Minoris.
Fascinating. So, Abel, who is he?
Assessing his personality is difficult. The spirit of Brother Abel is different from that of most people. Tech comrades of the COG call such persons quiet ones. He possesses significant intellect, but shuns communication.
Is that because of the overload that happened, I wonder? Super DJ says, but yeah, definitely don't watch Guardians 3 without seeing the others. Don't worry.
No,
We won't.
no. We've seen 1 and 2.
I think I've only seen 1.
But it's been so long ago that if we do get to that, and I'm sure we will at some point, we'll do a binge.
Yeah, I think that would be
something.
fun.
We have so many things we want to watch.
So
Our
much.
list is so long. Like, we made a list as I was coming over here, like, oh, things we want to watch. And it had like a dozen things on it. I'm pretty sure our list is like 3 dozen things. And that includes TV shows of multiple seasons.
Yeah.
Like One Piece.
Like One Piece.
And Fairy Tail.
Yeah.
They are not short list items. The movies are the shortest ones, and those are usually trilogies.
Right?
Oh, we have so
Well, the
much
thing
to
is,
watch.
we've both got things we've seen that we want the other person to see, so that, you know, we
Yeah,
get each
yeah.
other's references.
Like we spent yesterday watching One Piece because we're slowly getting through that, and I'm really enjoying it. But as much as I enjoy the minute to minute, I dread the thought of watching 1,000 episodes worth. And I know, logically, it won't end up that much.
No.
But it's still 1,200 episodes of stuff to watch.
It'll be fine. It'll go by in a flash and a blur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've really been enjoying it, except for the last episode where I almost died.
It's very funny. We're getting through some, Super DJ. And of course, everyone you talk to wants to add another one to the list.
Yeah,
so-
which is fine. It's just,
is fine.
you know, they can't
It's a
all be
long-
at the front.
It's a long list. But it's on there.
All things I want to watch, but, you know, takes time.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so...
So far, I have not been able to determine why Abel summoned me to Reichard Minoris. How he's
Minoris.
related to the blessed Amonat.
You have to watch
or why
Mine-
he bears the same name as me. Perhaps Reverend Abel may not be fully able to actualize and interpret the available data.
Oof. What a burn
Ouch.
coming from an iPhone 3.
Yeah, well, the other one's been overloaded. So what are you going to do next, Pascal?
I was wrong when I assumed it was the blessed Archmagos Amonat who assumed the guise of Abel Haneman. But there is a connection between him and the Reverend Abel, and I intend to uncover the nature of this link.
Ah, is that why you've brought Abel along? So you just get to examine him at 24/7.
I will return to ruminating on the search for the blessed Amonat.
Sweet. All right, I'll take my leave.
May your labors be...
Mute.
Mute. All right.
The person you saved from the Electro Priest Monastery, the servant of the Omnisire, who calls himself Abel Huneman, is staring intently at a cogitator's vid screen. Wires connect the sacred computing machines to augmetics inside the prayerfully bowed head of murmuring servitors. Abel looks up to you. After a lengthy silence, he looks away and says stiffly, which one's Abel?
Abel was the tech priest we rescued who was being, tortured.
Oh, did I have a voice for him? I'm not sure.
I
don't
think so, yeah.
What was it?
I don't remember.
Oh. Thanks. The Omnisire
Oh, it
knows
wasn't
all,
that.
comprehends all.
Oh, it definitely wasn't that. It was like a deeper Pascal. How are you feeling, Abel?
The tech priest stares intently at his feet for a while, and then says in a halting voice, "The running of binaric protocols was bogged down and dissolved in false commands. The filter has separated the correct signals from the incorrect. The running has been restored to its swiftness."
Good. Glad to hear.
Okay. Pascal speaks softly as though trying to match the inflections of Abel's voice. Tech brother Abel has passed the diagnostics. The pernicious influence of sacrilegious procedures has been completely eliminated.
Nice.
Statistically, most survivors of a schismatical's infestation are left with severe cognitive impairments. However, Tech brother Abel's mind, being of a less typical nature, has not been damaged to so great a degree.
Oh, glad to hear. So, gazing into Abel's eyes, Tech brother Abel, you are free from possession, are you not?
I thought this had passion.
I trust that you pose no risk to my ship.
Abel's voice quivers as his eyes dart around, desperately avoiding eye contact. Oh, geez, what was flawed has since been purged.
This
but
guy's
the
voice
shadows of the
changing.
hunt lingers, the cog is dismounted, and no judgment has been made. In the absence of judgment, threat remains. Who will make the judgment?
This guy's voice changes more than Aurora.
Well, you know. He's got filters.
Oh, I see.
I will. Pascal places a mechadendrite on Abel's shoulder and repeats, his voice heavy like a wheel tread crushing the dirt underneath. I will make the judgment that will avert the threat. His gaze falls on you. There is no need to frighten him.
What judgment do the two of you speak of?
Only he knows. But if my tech brother fears that he might not make the right decision at the critical moment, then I will do it for him.
All right, so Pascal's got a little permanent attached at the hip, buddy.
No.
So, hey, Pascal, why are you so concerned about him? He is not the one you were hoping to find.
We banged once. Answer unknown. I am registering a kinship, both between our identifiers and one that is more profound. Archmagos Amonat left an imprint on all his students. It may be then that I see some of my mentor in tech brother Abel, and so my spirit rejoices and strives to keep him from harm.
I will try not to give Abel any undue cause for dread.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Okay, I'll take my leave for now.
Thank you for shopping at Pack and Save. Abel immediately looks away as if he has lost all interest in you, but then his voice crackles barely audibly. I am glad to see you.
Glad to see you up and running as well, buddy.
Aw.
Well,
That was oddly sweet.
It was, wasn't it?
I've never seen two iPhones give such emotional backstory.
Yeah, I agree. That was really nice. I'm glad they're getting along. Okay, so, our Vox Master wants us to go get a navigator. I've heard that we've been missing out not having a navigator, so I reckon that's where we go.
Sounds good to me.
Marvelous. We will bring Argenta along again.
Argenta?
Yeah,
Why?
instead of Heinrichs,
Oh, yeah.
so that we don't have
Yep, I approve.
void problems.
All right, off we go.
Now, there's another
like that.
station over there that we've got missions on. There's the unidentified void ship, and there is...
Oh, is this mine?
Yeah, well, it's
what about you?
for both of us.
What about you?
It's for both of us.
Okay, I'll have some.
To share. Oh. Now, I did... Oh, thank you.
That's you.
I had thought that the planet I just had us going towards was the navigator's place, but I hope it still is, because it doesn't have a mission mark next to it. Lord Captain, sorry to disturb you.
Vigdis pauses as if listening to something.
It's pandemonium outside the bridge gate. One of the officers seems to be demanding an audience with you in person. I think I hear Master Wissarian's voice. In any case, I wanted to warn you in advance. I feel like I was starting to sound a little like Lae'zel there,
Sort of.
in that same register. I actually really like the voice her voice actor did for Lae'zel.
I do too. I just don't like Lae'zel.
That's okay. She'll grow on you one day.
No, as like a growth. As a cyst I have to remove.
We'll
A
bring
wart.
you. We'll bring you around. Convert you. See the ways. Would you?
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
up with
I was even sitting there thinking, I hope she's pressed a key.
It only just popped up. Oh, I'm glad I got to get onto my seat in time.
Yeah, look at how important you look.
Spin around dramatically.
You don't even get up. This bitch can stay.
I love how the Vox Master came to be like, knock, knock, knock. Hey, sorry to disturb you. Someone wants to see you. And I go, oh, quick, get dressed, run to my chair, sit down facing the other way. And finally Abelard's like, and I get to calmly swing around as if I've been there the whole time. Anyway.
Right. The everyday sounds of the bridge are disrupted by voices raised in anger. Abelard's voice the loudest of all. This is not the conduct of an officer. These are the antics of a highborn brat on a lark. Explain yourself, Lieutenant.
Oh.
The young woman standing before Abelard strives with all her might not to quail under the onslaught of a superior's anger. She falters, but then manages to look him in the eye and say,
I apologize, sir, but I must speak with the Lord Captain.
Very good.
Taking a page out of your book.
Very well, Lieutenant, you may address the Lord Captain, not least because I see you have already seen fit to disturb her. Your unauthorized appearance on the bridge and display of belligerence toward a higher-ranking officer will be logged on your personal file without delay.
Yikes, jeez.
Oh, she's been logged.
She sure has. Lord Captain, Lieutenant Avril Vent. Avril Vent. Requesting permission to speak.
Vent falls silent and then adds rashly,
On a matter of extreme importance and urgency. You may speak, but I want to hear a report, not a shouting match. Having two officers bickering in full view of the bridge is unacceptable.
Agreed, yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, Lord Captain. I thought that drastic times called for drastic measures.
Vent exclaims, hotly. Oh, okay.
This matter cannot wait. Any minute now, an assault unit will be dispatched to the lower decks on orders to crush the workers' strike by any means necessary. But I'm convinced that this step is unwarranted, and that crisis itself was provoked by the actions of one of the senior officers.
Vent is almost trembling with tension as she delivers her speech, her face extremely pale. Abelard, in no hurry to intervene, lets out a skeptical huff.
I would like to hear what's actually been happening on my ship.
Oh.
Lord Captain, I urge you to investigate the actions of Seneschal Wersarian and...
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire. Who was Wersarian? I know we've met him before.
I don't know.
And to intervene in what's happening on the lower decks. Because very soon we will have a mutiny or a massacre on our hands.
Vent reels off the last words as if she knows them by heart. She's clearly been preparing to say them for some time. When she finishes, she casts an anxious glance at Abelard, then at you.
Oh, Abelard's last name is Wersarian? Really?
Oh.
Abelard.
That's his daughter, or his missus, or the grandchild, or I don't know how this works.
Yeah. I have to say, there's an insurrection in the making aboard my ship, and no one has informed me. But I also want to know, where does Seneschal Wersarian come in? Both. Okay, where does he come into all of this?
I shall explain, Abelard intones grimly.
I beg you to hurry. Time is running out.
I will not hurry. Since my competence is under scrutiny, I shall speak for as long as I see fit. There is an established order to the way things are done on this ship, and one of the pillars of that system is that the rogue trader's attention is not distracted by trivial matters. It is the Seneschal's role to ensure that. I have always handled internal problems myself, so of course when I received information that cultists hiding on the lower decks, I took the matter in hand. So long as I live, not one of the vermin who murdered Theodora von Valentius will find refuge on her ship.
I am the captain of this ship. I want to know what's going on. You were far too heavy-handed, Seneschal Wersarian. Arrests? Interrogations? Mass punishments for entire sectors. It has driven the people to the brink. Now, there is a strike on lower decks in Depot 4, to be precise. 3 worker clans were involved, but many more were passively supporting them. And the situation could degenerate into all-out insurrection. But when I reported my concerns, the only response I received was an order to dispatch an assault unit and crush the strike with maximum force. Honestly, I'm really pissed that no one's told me.
Also, Abelard, don't be such a dick.
Yeah. So why has no one informed me about this?
I would not deem it a problem worthy of the rogue trader's attention. The lower decks, as it so happens, are in revolt. 30-some years ago, we even had a revolutionary leader rise up who dared to establish workers' rule across the entire ship. It took a month to restore order, but even 8 years later, we were still battling rumors that the hero had survived his execution and was on the verge of gathering people to fight against tyranny once more. Needless to say, the rumors were baseless. As for the current situation, we have sufficient enforcers to deal with it.
This is not the way I want it dealt with. But on this ship, the word of the Lord Captain carries more weight than a salvo from 100 bolters. I'm sure that if the rogue trader addresses the malcontents directly, she will quell the unrest.
I dread to think what problem you will disturb the rogue trader with next. Perhaps you'll ask the captain to break up brawls in the mess room. I've already given you the means to resolve this problem. You simply need to use them. No, you haven't.
No, Abelard, you are making things worse. If I may, your ladyship, sending a hit squad to crush a rebellion is a means of ignoring a problem, not solving it.
No, she's right. She's absolutely right.
She's totally right. I'm glad she worked up the courage to get up here.
Abelard, what are you doing, bitch?
Yeah, what do you have to say to all of this? I mean, he thinks he's totally in the right. How did it start?
Sorry.
Well, the situation could boil over at any minute, so I'll give you the condensed version, she says, paragraphing. It all began when the enforcers found a cultist amulet on the body of someone who'd been killed in a drunken brawl. We reported it up the chain immediately, arranged for a cleansing rite to be performed, and opened an investigation. No heretics have been found alive, but the search has brought tensions between enforcers and workers to a head. So what is Depot 4?
Depot 4 is one of the poorest sectors on the lower decks. It is home to clans of general laborers. They are not as valuable to the ship as the families who have served its specialized systems for generations. They are easily replaceable resource and one which is now, more besides, giving succor to cultists and minions of the arch-enemy.
I mean, we have little to no evidence of that, do we? Depot 4 is poor and troubled, but worse, that means drunken fights and illegal rot-gut brewing. We have handled the workers of Depot 4 in the past. We would have done so again if the crackdown on Depot 4 hadn't been so harsh. And another important point to bear in mind, the problem is not limited to this sector. It is located on one of the most populated lower decks. And everything that happens there has a knock-on effect to the neighboring sectors.
Mm-hmm.
So, Abelard, what do you have to say to all of this? This sounds poorly handled.
Well, I see no need to add anything. I acted within the remit of my authority, guided exclusively by the best interests of your protectorate and your personal safety. If you wish to confirm the rectitude of my actions for yourself, I have no objections.
What is rectitude?
The correctedness.
Oh,
like
I will not. I absolutely will not. This has been poorly handled. For my part, I urge the Lord Captain to go down to the lower decks, stop the assault, and speak directly with the people. You will see that they are not lying or harboring heretics. That way, you will stop the uprising before it begins. Let's see. I've either heard enough, I'll go down. I mean, yeah. No, I am not happy with how Abelard has handled this. Thank you for clarifying, Thanix, that Abelard's last name was Wersarian. I wish we see their last names more frequently. Because when the portrait is up, it only shows their first name. And like when Pascal was suddenly referred to as Huneman? Huneman. I had no idea who that was initially. Same with Abelard. Here. This matters not with a rogue trader's time. No, okay. I have heard enough. I have been a captain most of my life, and I like to know what's going on in my ship. I will go down to the lower decks and deal with the problem personally. Praise the Emperor!
Vent cannot contain her relief.
Thank you, Lord Captain.
Abelard grits his teeth slightly. An enterprising, bordering on the sophomoric, but please yourself, Lord Captain. However, I categorically insist that I escort you.
Sure, come learn a lesson, Abelard.
Yeah, come get assassinated.
Yeah. What is sophomoric?
I believe it means new. Like new, fresh-faced sort of thing, but let me Google it. I'm gonna verify that.
That would be great.
Sophomoric. Relating to the character of a sophomore. Gee, thanks.
Oh.
Yeah, pretentious or juvenile. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, end dialogue.
That was the least useful definition I've ever seen.
Right? Oh my goodness.
Shit.
This might be a combat scenario. Okay.
We probably have to bring Abelard. I don't think we should bring Heinrichs.
No.
I think we should bring Argentina.
Yeah, Argenta is in. See, this is the old Hemmy, so he is still around, but is no longer relevant.
Yeah, we're just not using him.
That's the reborn Hemmy. Okay, we do have a level up to do before we head in there. I love how I didn't have an option to bring Abelard. It was just like, I insist. And you're like, okay.
Well, I mean, because, you know, what are you going to do? Lock him in his room?
Yeah,
We don't have any proof he's being, like, a tyrannical murderer, but he's being a tyrannical murderer.
Yeah, I think it's best we take him down, no matter what.
Go to the site of the conflict with the Seneschal. Sounds good to me.
I'm going to save,
Oh, okay.
and then let's do our level up.
Sounds good to me.
Very good.
Who do I have control of?
Oh, right, I need to give you control.
Yeah.
Sorry. You have Pascal, Idera, and Hemmy.
Thank you.
There we go.
Oh, look at me with my Pascal.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do me a ding.
Let's
All
do us a
right.
ding.
I can't get Molten Beam.
We get abilities now.
Yeah. Oh, I get the yell too, apparently.
You could if you picked up telepathy,
I don't think I want to.
but I think you kind of want to get the actual abilities now from Biomancy and
Regeneration
Pyro.
would be great.
Would be cool. More fire stuff to be able to unlock later fire stuff would also be good. Ooh, excuse me. I'm not sure how you want to specialize things at the moment.
Well, I can't take any real more fire abilities.
What's Orchestrate Flames and Firestorm?
The target does not stop burning and no longer makes tests to stop burning. Additionally, if the target is an ally, every melee attack that inflicts damage, while they themselves now suffer only half burning damage.
It could be one of those things you pop on Abelard and then you spread fire from him.
But
it
Firestorm could also then be, I set fire to one person and then all of them.
And seeing as you've got run and gun,
Yeah,
that would work
that
quite
is
well.
what I'm tempted to do.
Yeah, I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
What's the AoE on it?
It's quite good. It's 3 square radius from any point.
Neat. I don't know why I can't see your options when I hover over you.
Huh.
I only see the soldier options instead of the pyro options. Anyway. Or
These are really good.
right. Some of them seemed really awesome. For Abelard, I think I really liked the look of Sworn Enemy. Marks a target, gains armor and damage on melee attacks against that target. If the target attacks the warrior during this round, the warrior gains an additional AP. I think that sounds awesome. What was Forceful Strike? Gathers all their might. Next melee attack pushes the enemy away. Meh. Reckless. Additional armor penetration. Ignores some of the target's parry would be good. Every enemy who survives this attack, though, will attack the warrior. So I think I want Sworn Enemy. Yeah. Yeah. And then... ooh, Common Talent. Chain Weapon Expert would be awesome. That would be really cool. Combat Master is probably also good. Melee Superiority is when enemies get plus weapon skill bonuses if they surround a target. It will not die for additional HP. Could be really good. So what did you decide on for Hemmy?
Firestorm?
Ooh.
At least, wait, was that what it was called? Yeah, Firestorm. And some more awareness.
Awesome. Sounds good.
I'm going to do Shiloh
Awareness?
next.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, the other ones I'm already too low in, and apparently you had already put one into awareness at some point, so
Oh,
I
okay.
figured it was fine. I want to see if I can get, what's her name, another psi rating.
Dara.
No, character level 20. So,
Oh, okay.
good long time away.
Well, can
do
you not
psi
take
rating.
psi rating 1?
But
Why?
I'm already 1. Oh, I get 1 from
Because-
Unsanctioned
yeah.
Psyker, so I would be
'Cause the
2.
base value is 0.
Oh my
That
god,
would
she's
be
gonna be
very
so
good,
strong.
right?
Holy shit.
Yeah? Thanix, you were so disappointed in your Pyromancer early on in the game, but they get way better down the line. That is absolutely what our experience has been. If you go back and watch previous episodes, previous VODs, you will see how disappointed Hemmy was. It was very, very
doing
underwhelming.
0 damage over and over again felt real bad.
Really bad. But we've heard from everyone, it takes a bit of time to pick up.
Yeah, and now
So-
it feels great. It's not super powerful, but it feels great.
Yeah, it's feeling capable now, and hopefully that'll just get better.
I think I'm going to spec her into Lore Xenos because I'm maxed out on everything else.
Oh, okay. What else are her options?
Xenos, Imperium, or Warp. I already have Hemmy for Warp, though. Medicaid, but we already have our
others.
iPhone for that. And we have Tech Use, which we already have the iPhone.
Yeah, absolutely. Warp. Sorry, Xenos would be great.
Yeah. She'll be our aliens expert.
Sounds good. I feel like that fits her, right? She's interested in
She has a psi rating of 2! Oh my god!
That's so good.
Oh, it's so good.
Okay. I'm having a look through what I want for Abelard. I think there's some stuff down the bottom I could still do that was quite good.
You can get a Pyromancer staff. Yes, okay, good. Thank you. We didn't know that was a thing. Thank you, Thanix.
Oh, thank you, Thanix. That's really good to know.
See, we haven't come across them, and it doesn't tell you that they exist, so you kind of have to just fucking hope.
Yeah, exactly. We just have to hope we're going to get Pyro stuff. So, you're not sure why the game doesn't give you a Pyromancer staff to begin with. It would contribute in making the class a lot more unique. But I'm hoping that means that there are Pyromancer staffs. You just don't get them off the bat. When an Imperial World character is affected by an ally's non-damaging ability, the resolve is increased by fellowship bonus divided by 2. So 1, it's fine. Again, I think resolve bonuses are pretty good. While under 40% wounds, Imperial World characters gain plus 10 bonus to all characteristics and plus 2 to resolve. I think that would be great for Abelard. No heresy. Kinda stronger together. I do think I'm gonna go with chain weapon expert to start off with. But before I commit to that, let me just check that he does in fact wield a chain weapon. Yeah, it's chain. Awesome. Sweet. We will go in on that because it's been really good so far. Whoopsie daisies. I have to redo this. Sworn enemy and chain weapon. Sweet. +4 maximum. Oh, that's maximum, not minimum. Oh well. Higher max range. Perfect. Argenta has a couple of level ups I need to do for her. I did kind of have a whole little favorites list, so that'll be good. Shield of Faith does look nice. So does Better to Die for the Emperor. These are all quite nice. Additional agility. Swift Slaughter. But also I think she'll be okay without Swift Slaughter being super quick for now. There are Thanix, and you found your first one in Act 2 via trading. Damn, that's a little while away then. But that's great to know. Thank you. We will keep an eye out. Make sure we're trading where we can.
Am I reading this right?
Yeah, what are you reading?
While Pascal is under the effect of Machine Spirit Communion, the AoE buff,
yeah,
his melee attacks deal an additional 10 plus 2. 12 so far. Times int bonus, which is 5.
So it's the 10 plus
2.
No, 10 plus 2 times 5.
Oh,
so it's 10 plus
that's
10.
still plus 20.
Yeah, is that a damage bonus?
I guess so.
That's pretty good. If we're going to keep focusing on his melee stuff.
God, that's
and
really
armor
good.
pen, yeah. Yeah, I really dislike how they've written out the
Yeah, just give me the values.
Here.
Pascal gains dodge reduction. I kind of don't want him in melee, but that axe is too good to ignore.
The axe is so good, and considering he can't hit anything at range.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of means we want more movement on him. So if he gets an option to pick up swift
is there a way
movement,
how to yeah?
It's called swift movement, I think, or swift something or other. Swift movements.
Swiss movements.
That's the one.
2 movement points. I mean, I guess so. Yeah, I'll take it. And we want him going into. He can't take tech use. He can't take Medicaid because he's maxed on both.
Oh my goodness! What about ballistic?
That's not an option.
Oh.
I could take logic, which is good.
Logic would be
Boost
good.
that up to 65.
Sure, might as well. Soldier gains. Ooh, crit chance. Oh yeah, I think that would be great for Argenta. This bonus is doubled against enemies from which the soldier is protected. That's fine. Tenderize is also nice. 1 plus 5 divided by 2. So like 3 damage from the next attack is fine. It's not amazing. While at full wounds, the soldier gains plus 10 ballistic skill and plus 2 movement points is pretty good. Muzzle velocity. The first hit of each burst attack deals an additional damage equal to the weapon's rate of fire. That's from burst attack specifically, and I tend to find I'm using a shotgun on her, but still, not bad. Swift Slaughter is good. Oh, no. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I didn't think moving in the slightest. I moved in the elevator we were in.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
it's
it's
Rosarian.
Rosarian.
Take that scum.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. That's kind of what we were hoping would happen, actually.
This is your fault, bud.
Abelard reflexively wipes the sweat from his brow in a startlingly human gesture, and a telling one. A rare moment where he allows his age and weariness to show through his armor like veneer of self-assurance. The lower decks are a source of endless problems. Sometimes I dearly regret that we cannot replace all the locals with servitors.
Maybe if we treated them better,
Well, Jesus.
you know, we wouldn't have these problems.
They were shouting your name. Wow. Real detective work there.
Let's keep moving. We need
You
to
may
get
have
to the
noticed the
bottom
subtle
of this.
detail where they tried to kill you.
Yeah. They were really after you specifically, just letting you know.
Sorry, I won't move anymore. Feel
That's
free
all right.
to do your thing.
Thank you. This is tricky. There's a lot of, like, good stuff, but not wild. Ballistic skill. Oh, plus 5 ballistic skill, just flat. That could be very good for her. Agility, I know, is quite good for her, too. I guess Rack and Ruin. Soldier deals damage to 3 different enemies. The soldier gains additional damage for their next attack. It's not huge, though. It's really not a huge bonus. I like muzzle velocity. That means I need to be using more of her burst fire stuff. Alacrity. Each shot fired by the soldier grants them plus 1 agility until the end of the turn. It's not bad. It won't make huge differences at the moment. Bolt weapons. Gain 10% armor penetration. Again, I really like her shotgun right now. Maybe I take solid weapon, solid projectile, but that seems boring. It will not die would be good on her. Just additional HP. Flat. And her fellowship bonus is not great. Maybe I just go better to die for the Emperor. While under 40% wounds, Imperial World characters gain a plus 10 bonus to all characteristics, and plus 2 to resolve. I feel like that's very Argenta-esque, and she does tend to take a bit of damage. Then, of course, she needs ballistic skill. Her perception could use a boost, but for now that's fine. And then we get, ability. She's got dash already. I think for her, concentrated fire, the next ranged area attack made by the soldier, deals an additional 50 plus 50, so 100% damage, and has an additional amount of dodge reduction. I think that sounds awesome.
Just twice the damage.
Sounds good. It is for 1 AP, but that seems good to me.
Yeah, but if you're only doing 1 attack a turn.
Yeah, exactly. And then she's still my demolition girl. Sweet. We are sorted. Let me do a save. And now we're ready to rock and roll.
Yeah.
Lots of lower deck rabble. I love how that's just what they're called. Something resembling a nest made out of thermal insulation material. This must be where something or other. So for Adara, you took an additional psi rating.
Always keep your eye on
and
prize.
God, she's psi rating 2.
that sounds very exciting.
She's so strong.
What else did she get?
Holy fuck. Who? What do you want?
Adara.
Just some lore
Xenos,
stuff.
right. Lore, Xenos. Sorry, I forgot. Okay, so we've got lots of rabble around.
That entire time from when we were talking, when you said you gained an additional psi rating, all the way up until I said, yeah, I took the Imperial, the knowledge thing.
Yeah.
She would not stop talking.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All good. Pascal says, relax, old man. Going for a stroll in the lower decks every once in a while is good for you. Let's see how the simple folk live. It is good for him.
Is that what Pascal said? That doesn't sound like Pascal.
That does sound like Adara.
That's Adara,
It was Adara, yeah. Thanix, you're too scared to use Adara after she accidentally summoned a demon. People keep saying she does that. We haven't experienced it yet.
Well,
I'm sure we will.
Maybe.
Rise to the
She's
top.
also just so strong.
Or get left in the dust.
Huge pipes. These arteries of the ship run through many bays, delivering air, water, heat, and the propulsive force of steam.
I wonder if we should turn those valves then? I don't
know
think
that we
so.
can.
I mean, they're interactable.
Are they?
Yeah, back here.
Oh yeah, look, a valve. I'm gonna touch it.
Just so that we don't accidentally have our characters run through a blisteringly hot corridor.
It doesn't let me
Oh.
touch it.
Sometimes you consult the
Maybe it's during
appropriate
combat?
treatise on Tactica Imperialis and weigh every step.
Yeah.
Sometimes
I don't know.
you just fire your biggest cannon
Yeah,
and
he is
save the
named
day.
Lower Deck Rebel. Wow, oof.
Yep. Yeah, there's a few valves. It must be for something at some point, but they don't seem interactable now. Okay, well, here is Avrilla vent. Ooh! So let's go have a chat.
Hello. The sounds of a heated discussion reverberate through the ship's bays. Lieutenant Arvilla Vent of the ship's enforcers is barring the path of a heavily built assault unit officer, and judging by their expressions and tone, the standoff has dragged on for some time already and has now reached boiling point.
This lady has guts.
Oh.
Jeez.
Oh, that's this guy.
That's you. Generic muscle head.
I have my orders to put an end to the unrest and purge this sector.
Sure, that'll do.
Thinking Venice Beach.
Well, you can take your orders and shove them. This is my deck and my sector. There are only 3 people who can waltz in here without my express permission. The first officer, and the rogue trader, and the emperor himself.
So not all of my lessons fell on deaf ears. Abelard mutters in crabbly approval. He does not clarify whether he means Lieutenant Vent, or the officer looming over her, or both.
All right. Oh, your ladyship.
Noticing you, the 2 junior officers snap to attention and salute, their subordinates following suit a moment later.
Excellent. Let's see. I want to speak to the assaulters. I give the assault unit permission to open. No. What's the situation? Your ladyship, my people have locked down the bay where the strikers are, including their leaders. We have the situation under control as far as resources allow. Okay, well, I want to speak to the strikers.
Imagine if you die and that's just the end of the campaign.
Right?
Abelard's mouth twists, but he restrains himself and says nothing.
All right, you are, Lord Captain. Allow me to wish you good luck.
All right, don't kiss up. Hope gleams in Lieutenant Vent's eyes. We'll fix that.
Honestly, I like her.
Yeah, she's fine.
She's got guts. I like it. I assume we are not going in there. That's where they came from. Oh, it looks like we're going down here. Now,
Okay.
the fact that the whole team has come down really makes me think that a fight is going to break out. But
Or at least could.
yeah, at least could. I'm hoping to avoid that.
A dozen pairs of eyes stare apprehensively at you. The people before you are typical inhabitants of the lower decks. You take in their simple clothing, crude weapons, and faces that display varying levels of mutation, from the barely discernible to the strange to the outright grotesque.
For Depot 4!
For Depot 4!
Depot 4! Oh,
A whisper passes through the crowd, and you detect a mixture of fear, astonishment, and joy at their reactions. Finally, 3 people break away from the crowd, an elderly woman and 2 men. These must be the leaders. They bow clumsily before you. Who's Rivet?
I have no idea.
Oh, Lord Captain, you've come down to us.
And tell me what is troubling you. Why are you striking?
Striking? That's news to us, your ladyship,
says a tall, thin man in worker's garb.
All we're doing is asking questions, saying what we think.
Shut up, Rivet,
snaps the old woman, who turns her hostile dark eyes on you.
Here's the deal, your ladyship. Your damned enforcers are all over us down here. They say they're looking for cultists. One wrong word and they're reaching for their batons. If they want to punish someone, they turn off the heating for whole bays for a week at a time. So we get sick and freeze. In my clan, 2 little ones died from inflammation in their lungs, all because of those enforcers.
The old woman spits on the floor and rubs at the spittle with the toe of her worn-out shoe. Argenta does not interrupt the workers, but you see the sadness well in her eyes when the children's deaths are mentioned. She quietly whispers a requiem prayer and makes a sign over herself.
Interesting.
She wants protection from children.
Understandable.
Stager. Which one is Stager?
It's a new one. He's the one with the long black hair. In the middle.
Oh, I see.
It's all true. Vent is the only officer who stood up for us. It's clear as day who had a mother from the lower decks and who grew up midship and has no fellow feeling toward us.
The grim man with a scarred face throws up his arms.
Your ladyship, we're no villains here. We're honest workers, your servants. We've plotted no disorder. We went on strike openly, and now we've got guns pointed at us. All we're doing is asking to be allowed to work in peace without being harassed.
Oh, God.
What?
I picked up 1 cup thinking it was juice, and then suddenly it was milk. That's a horrible surprise.
The prosecution started apropos of nothing, you say? I was told that one of you was found in possession of a cultist amulet, and that there are heretics hiding here.
The cultist amulet? What's that? The Gugar they found on the Dread Drunkard? If it was something evil or forbidden, we sure didn't know. The officers just said they were looking for heretics among us, and anyone obstructing their investigation would be punished. But how could there be heretics here? We know our own people. There have been no new faces around.
That's fair, unless someone has turned.
Oh, definitely not. And if there were, we'd be the first to report them.
And for this old amulet, or whatever it is, they took it off a dead body. There are no cultists still breathing in our sector, that's for sure. But when the fight broke out, some enterprising folks looted the bodies. The boots they came back with, no one's ever tread these decks and boots so fine, I can tell you that. Seems to me these cultists have better commanders than us.
Rivet was...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Those boots really were fine, and there was no harm in taking them, right? As for the amulet, it must have been pocketed by some who didn't know any better. We don't need any amulets around here. We all worship the Emperor. And when we're working, we bow down to the machine spirits of the large and the small transformers and the servo motor, the same way my grandfather was taught 100 years ago by a tech priest who came calling. Believe us, your ladyship, we are people of, faith.
It's kind of cute. It's fairly convincing.
I confirm the information regarding the proper tending of the machine spirits in this sector. Servitors indicate that these commoners are performing the sacraments that they are permitted to know.
Very good.
Okay, sweet. Well,
Naive children, weren't you taught from an early age the dangers of the Arch-Enemy's creations? Weren't you warned that any unfamiliar object could be one of them? We were told, Holy Sister, but it was not long ago. The last time we saw a confessor in our sector, it was just after I had my third little one. Sorry, but it was long ago. That is regrettable, but you cannot lay the burden of leading a righteous life on the shoulders of holy fathers. Who will you blame when beasts crawl out of those amulets you stole from the heretics? The holy father who was not there, or the scavenger who brought evil down on himself and his neighbors? Abelard, anything you want to add?
Well, I authorized the use of all necessary measures to locate Chaos worshippers hiding in this sector. The specific steps taken by the officers were not reported to me.
Abelard frowns, clearly disgruntled at having to explain himself in the workers' presence.
Nevertheless, I am certain that their actions were justified. Cultists are no drunken stevedores. They are the enemy and a threat to the ship. Neutralizing them demands decisive action.
But not at the cost of our people.
Yeah.
So, what changes do you want? Would you look at this? The exalted Lord Captain herself is asking us bilge rats what we want. Well, here's what we want. We want you to rein in your damned enforcers, to quit turning off the heat, and stop battering everything that moves. No, that's not it. We want enforcers gone from here, and we want to be armed. Give us arms, we'll govern ourselves. We'll defend ourselves if these cultists do show their face. I've been leader of my clan for 20 years now. Getting rid of those club-wielding thugs can only improve things around here. Welcome back, Idaho. You're back from the grocery store, and Hemmy, Idaho found something you'd like.
Ghost pepper chicken noodle soup. That does sound good, but as I have seen many times over, a lot of Western-style advertising likes to say ghost pepper and, like, habanero and a whole bunch of other peppers that sound spicy to your average person, but end up really being not. McDonald's had a thing where they went, we have ghost pepper sauce, and you could just eat it by the spoonful. It was like mayonnaise and some sriracha, and that was it.
Oh.
It really was nothing. So I'd be very happy if it was ghost pepper and very spicy, but I shall wait to give judgment.
I must say, it sounds delicious. Did you buy any?
I assume so.
How about some Thai chili pepper sauce?
I've never had Thai chili pepper sauce that tasted particularly spicy. So, you know, could just be the Thai food I'm eating. Could be that it's not as spicy as some of the other stuff I've had. It's hard to say.
I must say, Thai food overseas, very spicy. But Thai food here in New Zealand, moderate. Not crazy. Although it can get very spicy for me.
That's me.
Yeah.
You've gone too far, old man. They'll never let the maggots on the lower decks live without the enforcers breathing down their necks. They probably even insist on enforcers on the upper decks too. As for weapons, what do we need them for? Before the first day's out, we'll have someone shooting their neighbor out of stupidity or drunkenness. We don't need that. If the enforcers stop hassling us, that'll be enough. In return, we'll find the scavengers who robbed the cultist bodies and we'll talk to them, one lower deck to another. If there are any more of those damned amulets about, we'll hand them over to the enforcers ourselves.
I mean, that's a lot more reasonable.
It is.
Thanex says, as a Thai, the range of spiciness varies a lot depending on the region of the country. Oh,
that makes sense.
Well, you're our expert then, Thanex.
Can you give me something spicy enough to kill me? That is my request.
That is great to know. I just assume... depending on region is interesting, but that makes sense. I guess a lot of cuisines are like that in countries where food is very region dependent.
Please hurt me and make me thank you for it.
Hemmy enjoys very spicy.
Yep.
If you can recommend something that's very spicy, he will be in your debt. You speak for yourself and your clan. I'll speak for me and mine. I don't want empty gestures. I want real change. They'll promise us the world now, but as soon as the Anointed One turns her back, these brutes will be on us even harder than before. All because we dared to speak out.
Yeah. The tall worker's eyes dart between the two arguing leaders. Every few seconds he opens his mouth as if planning to agree, but each time he falls silent, simply making a few vague noises of approval.
Ooh, coercion. Spreading anarchy on the ship is the first step towards embracing chaos. What more enforcers are needed to maintain oversight and order? I'll give the enforcers order for enforcers to be withdrawn.
I feel like, honestly,
Yeah?
giving them weapons isn't the answer.
No. No, it's really not.
More violence is not going to help.
No, I don't think that'll end up working well. Phoenix says, honestly, northeastern food like papaya salad can get pretty spicy. Oh, I have had some like that. Though you're not sure how easy it is to find an authentic restaurant abroad. Quite difficult. There are Thai restaurants here, but they tend to be a little Thai fusion-y. I'd love to get a papaya salad, though. Merbo?
No idea what that is.
Man, I'm slowly getting through a packet of Carolina Reaper beef jerky, and it's annihilating you. You feel like your tolerance for chili is getting worse as you get older. Fascinating, Merbo. Is it because you think you just don't have much chili? Or do you think it is just getting older?
I think the big determining factor is how often do you eat spicy food. Not that specifically, but just food with spice in it generally. Because the more frequently you eat it, the less sensitivity you have to it. So if that's the only spicy food you're eating like once a week, it'll still feel crazy. Whereas if you eat a bunch of mildly spicy food in between, it won't feel as bad.
The whole Carolina Reaper beef jerky sounds excellent.
I want some of that.
Right? Would you eat that?
Absolutely. What do you mean?
Well, you didn't like biltong.
Yeah, but it's because it's gross. Beef jerky's delicious. What?
That's practically the same thing.
Sort of. Biltong is way harder.
Biltong is way harder, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. More chewy. Lasts longer.
Lovely.
Excellent.
I just want portable steak. That's all I'm after. I don't want beef jerky so dried out I could use it as sandals. Some Pepper X. The hot sauce I have in the cabinet right now is, I think, 4.5 times stronger than Pepper X.
That's the really,
Yeah, that's
really
the
bad
dangerous
one, though, right?
Yeah. So
Hemmy tells me a great story about when he accidentally put that in his food instead of tomato sauce.
Yeah, the first time I got it, I forgot it was in my cupboard, so I just grabbed a hot sauce thinking, none of the ones on this shelf are that spicy. That's, it'll be fine. I put a whole bunch over some food, and I ate about a tablespoon of it, and I paced around for 45 minutes considering how I would get to the hospital, because I thought I was just done. But I ended up being okay.
This is good. And he survived to try spicier
Yeah.
and more spicy.
Capsaicin extract hot sauce, those things are crazy. No, I haven't. Those range into the not safe for human consumption territory because it stopped becoming a sensation so much as pure activation of a detrimental effect.
This is going way over my head. I'm happy to have a nice, tasty, medium spiced hot sauce.
Yeah.
That keeps me happy.
I mean, those are my favorite ones. The ones that are still really spicy for most people, but for me are kind of just ooh, that's got a little kick to it and taste really good. Those are my favorites.
Those are great. Extract sounds like a dangerous thing to do, Thanix. Idaho, your coworker did that and he thought he was passing another kidney stone. Oh no. Shame, that sounds rough. Okay, well, I think I'm going to go with the coercion.
Okay, how much of a chance do you have to succeed?
80%.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Hemmy's handling it.
Oh, yeah, naturally. I come in and go, you don't understand, I'll set fire to you.
So spreading anarchy on the ship is the first step towards embracing chaos. Putting weapons into untrained hands would be even worse. What's more, the enforcers are needed to maintain oversight and order. Withdraw those demands, and we'll consider the rest.
Succeeded!
Yes.
Woo! I come in going, you see, the deal is you're all wearing very flammable clothing. The tall worker they called Rivet shrugs and casts a sidelong look at the old woman. Old man, listen, listen! The Lord Captain herself has come down to us and is offering concessions, and I don't know a single person in the whole of Depot 4 who's ever stood next to the rogue trader, let alone talked to them. Back down, and now's no time for you to be a stubborn old baggy crone bitch slut.
Rude.
He's a rude man.
Oh, listen to us, old Nen. The 3 clans of Depot 4 ought to act as one. We've made our minds up. It's your turn to decide. Don't ask them to disband the enforcers or give us weapons. We don't need any of that.
The old woman hisses in dissatisfaction.
You two are ganging up on me, is that it? So brave you are against an old woman. But I'll shut up. I will indeed. I won't go against 2 clan leaders on my own. If you want to make peace with the enforcers, make your peace.
That's great. Just fantastic. Lord Captain, we're all agreed.
I really don't care what Abelard thinks. But,
No. I shall allow you to talk, Abelard.
yeah. Briefly, but I shall not listen. Oh, let's see. Then it's decided. The persecution will stop, and I will expect you to assist in locating any remaining amulets or weapons left by the cultists. I don't find them particularly trustworthy, but I also don't think what's currently going on is correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Your ladyship, thank you. You've not abandoned us lower deckers. You came yourself and settled everything. I'll tell my grandchildren about this.
Very good. I'm establishing my captainship.
It's almost like you lead by example.
Yeah.
Of course,
Oh, wait, no, that's the other guy.
Of course, your ladyship will root out any nasty business faster than the enforcers, and will leave no bulkhead unturned.
Very good. Nice substitute.
They don't have rocks down here, presumably. There's not like gravel.
Yeah. Abelard said, this is complete bedlam. Are you satisfied, Lord Captain? Then may I suggest we leave the circus and discuss everything.
Abelard, can we discuss your crucifixion? Or, like,
to be made?
I don't know.
Maybe we'll discuss
demotion?
you know, questioning my orders.
Beheadedness?
How about that? Beheadedness.
He ordered children killed.
Opportunity.
I mean, he ordered all sorts of people killed.
Yeah, that's not okay.
Directly, but
Yeah, that
the
doesn't
results
matter.
of his actions.
The things that happened as a result of her actions are his responsibility.
yeah, he made wildly uninformed
That's
decisions.
what it means to be in charge of people.
Absolutely, and people got hurt because of it.
Yeah.
Excellent. Let's head out then. It's kind of neat to be able to just come down here a little bit. Sets the stage for what some of our ship
I
looks
think that
like.
definitely could have been in combat, though.
I do think that could have been a combat. Oh!
Stopping unexpectedly, Abelard imperiously dismisses the unit to stand at a distance and addresses your other companion, saying, I have an urgent matter to discuss with the Lord Captain. Please give us a moment.
Alright, well...
What? They're just okay with that? No, he's gonna try and, like, slit your throat.
No, he's not.
Abelard looks at you and his last vestiges of restraint vanish.
Well, are you pleased with your investigation, Lord Captain?
I am now informed. I've heard both sides, and I've made my decision, rather than being kept in the dark.
You're kowtowed to the disloyal rabble. You believe their lies and showed them leniency. Next time the ship is attacked by cultists, that rabble will welcome them in with open arms and allow them to wreak whatever havoc they like, because they see you as a weak leader.
Or if we embrace them as part of the crew, make them feel welcomed and looked after, then they will
defend the ship on their own.
Defend the ship,
maybe, because it's their home and we've treated them right.
Yeah, rather than welcoming people who are going to help them get out of it.
Is that how you see your future at the helm of the Von Valencia's Protectorate?
Man, you do not speak to the captain at that time.
I agree.
I mean, yeah, that.
Also, 4 is really good.
Yeah.
But I
think 4 is more what you would say.
Yes.
What your character would say, I don't know.
I think we need some ground rules. I am captain, and I want to know what's going on this ship. But let's discuss where you went wrong, Abelard.
You know what? I want to promote whoever that girl is that brought this to our attention to his position and shoot him out of an airlock.
Right? Let's talk about your role in this instead. You allowed this revolt to happen, with actions that practically guaranteed that it would.
I would have handled the situation myself had you not decided to intervene,
Abelard sans irascibly.
Remember Lord Captain Theodora. Do not think she has ever set one slippered foot on the lower decks. No, she did not. Such matters were left to myself and the junior officers while she dedicated herself to her grand designs for the Protectorate as any true strategist and rogue traitor ought.
Rogue traitor.
What did I say?
Rogue traitor.
Oh, thought I said traitor. Okay.
Ooh, these are all pretty good, actually. Maybe, if Theodora had spent more time on trifling matters, she wouldn't have wound up dead. There is a new Lord Captain aboard this ship now, and I will not repeat her mistake. You want to go with 3?
Yeah, I want to shoot him out of an airlock.
Okay, well, I don't want to do that. I just want him to fall in line.
No. He showed fundamentally he doesn't know how to do things.
He's used to taking on too much without any actual ability to do so. Yeah, there's a new captain around here. Things are done differently.
Abelard looks at you stunned and exhales loudly, then nods curtly.
I commend your decisiveness, but I am uncomfortable with introducing new protocols in the midst of a crisis.
Maybe a crisis needs new protocols.
And, Abelard stands straight at attention, I lost my temper, Lord Captain, and I believe I ought to explain myself.
Yeah, bitch, you
is there
better.
much to explain?
Abelard speaks slowly, the words not coming easily to him.
The prosperity of the Vos Valencia's Protectorate is not just an empty phrase to me. I left the Imperial Navy for the chance to see it flourish. It was the most momentous decision of my life. I did it because I saw in Lord Captain Theodora's deeds the sign of true greatness. Rogue traders do not simply forge new routes and capture worlds. They create order out of anarchy. They create impulse. That creative impulse was entirely lacking during my time in the military.
Yeah, well, we'll maintain it. Just under my orders.
So I left behind everything I had known, everything my family had known. I come from a long line of officers, and I embark upon this incredibly reckless venture. Lord Captain Theodora entrusted me with all the concerns she had no time for. She would go off on her flagship for long periods to distant frontiers on scouting voyages, and the advancement of the entire Protectorate rested on my shoulders. And then suddenly, everything that had been built over years and years began to quake, rattling like a flimsy hanger on a seismatically active world.
I get why he's feeling put out and angry. I get that. I'm not happy about his actions, though.
No, I also don't think this goes particularly well to explaining them.
No.
One of the senior officers betrayed us all. The rogue trader was killed, and who knows what is happening on the planets. I tell you this honestly, without fear of appearing weak. All this has come as a grievous blow to me. I am not panicking or grieving because I cannot allow myself to panic or grieve. I am duty-bound to aid the new rogue trader, to aid you, to find your footing as quickly as possible, and to do that I must insulate you from problems that in the past have been dealt with by tried and tested procedures set out in the ship's regulations. Procedures that were established long ago and have functioned smoothly for decades cannot suddenly be deemed excessive requirements. But they can, in fact.
They sure can. I love this dialogue option, though. It's exactly what I was thinking. I understand, but you need to learn how to respect me as your Lord Captain and rogue trader. Accept it, and start living in the new world. A world where Theodora is gone, and you and I have new decisions to make.
Abelard solemnly inclines his head. Yes, Lord Captain. After a moment's silence, he adds, looking at you with interest, Your resolve is admirable and demonstrates strong leadership. I shall remember this moment, should my old habits ever begin to creep back in.
As you should.
And now, please, let us leave the lower decks, Captain. If the rogue trader desires to stretch her legs, there are far more suitable places.
Maybe I desire to see my ship, Abelard. Next time, I wish to deal with these issues myself. Okay.
With you in a small cube that has pressed you into the shape of my pleasure.
You are much harsher than I am.
He killed so many people.
He didn't. He gave bad orders.
Yeah, and didn't take responsibility for those orders. He categorically said, I gave vague orders and I cannot be bothered to know what happens after I've given them. That's the worst possible leadership.
It is. It's very bad leadership. Idaho, it was just a flesh wound. It's fine.
'Twas in fact a wound made of flesh.
It was something,
Now,
that's for sure.
Before we go to the next planet, is that a good place to pause it and stop there for the day?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All is well on the bridge, Lord Captain.
I want to go do more stuff.
If you want to keep going, that's fine, but I'll probably take a break.
That probably is a good place to leave it. Oh, I want to keep going.
If you really want to keep going, we can keep going.
But that's a good place to leave it.
Yeah, let's leave it. We'll resume.
Ooh.
How about we get some stuff done today,
Yeah.
and then if we have time, we'll start it back up tonight.
Okay. I think that sounds like a wonderful plan. But I think more than likely we won't bank on that.
No, it's more of a if there's nothing else to do.
Yes. Right, I think that is a nice place to end it for the day. The Hemmy compromise, exactly, Idaho. We will more than likely be back tomorrow. There is a very small chance we'll be back tonight. If there is, of course, we'll let you know over on Discord. But with that said, we had a lot of fun. Couple of level ups, more psi rating.
Lots of characters doing stuff.
Yeah, fun little combat with Aurora. That was really cool. I actually liked that.
Aurora, where we bored her Alice.
Okay, ignoring that, I really enjoyed that combat, and I really enjoyed exactly what just happened. Is what Owlcat is so good at. It's really good at putting you in charge, giving you people around you who have varying opinions and are capable of handling things, but you get to decide, ultimately. And I really feel like that makes the world feel so much more believable. It makes you feel connected to what you're supposed to be presiding over. You know, in Kingmaker, it was so good at having you assign your advisors, having them bring issues to you, big, almost story-changing issues. And they would say, look, this is what I think we should do. But the choice was still left to you. And it made you feel like you were the ruler of the land, which is really cool. It's something that I think a lot of games try to set you up in a position like that, but it never ends up feeling like you earned that in any way. Whereas this is what Owlcat does very well. I like that we're butting heads with Abelard here, because things have been running very differently.
Yeah.
There's a new boss in town, and things are going to have to change. So, while I'm very annoyed at Abelard, I think that story beat was really cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, gameplay-wise.
Even if I want to shoot him out of an airlock.
Yeah, well, you know, it's an adjustment period.
Yeah.
With that said, big thank you to Yogos with the resub today. Thank you guys for all coming through, for the help, and just the good chats. It's been a blast. Thank you for joining.
Oh, good to be here.
Yeah, good fun.
I got
good,
lunch out of it.
Good food, exactly. And with that said, let's see if there's anyone to go raid.
Yeah.
Let's have ourselves a look-see, because this is prime time.
I'm so glad we got the Psyker thing sorted out, because being at Psyker rating 0 for much longer, I might have called it.
Yeah.
It was so frustrating.
It was getting a bit frustrating, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Ooh, BR Beeps is streaming. Okay, I love her energy. She's streaming Chimera Squad, which is a very fun game. XCOM Chimera Squad. So let's go give her a raid. If we can send some love, that would be much appreciated. /raid.
Very good.
BR Beeps. I hope this works.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. And I hope you all have a wonderful day, night, whatever it is, whatever your time zone. Enjoy some time in BR Beeps stream. And until next time, I've been Flewt.
I've been fiery.
And you've been fantastic.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Night. Bye-bye.